Hey guys, well, some of the new gear has come in. I was hoping that the main portions of it would be here so I could go camping Friday. But then I got notices from Amazon that things would be delayed, so I went ahead and signed up for overtime on Friday. Then it came early, so you know, this is what I'm talking about. But part of the reason why I bought new gear is because I just don't have the freedom to pick and choose what days I go camping anymore. Pretty much if I want to go camping, I have to be willing to do it in bad weather. This would have been the perfect weekend to camp. Next weekend, they're going to have gusts of 20-mile-an-hour winds. I don't even know if I really want to do that. But that is also the reason why I bought new, sturdier gear. Because I am going to be doing more camping in inclement weather if I want to go. Also, I was exposed. Now, granted, it was only, what, a 10-minute conversation, and I had a mask on. But here's the danger. The dog is over here chasing birds. The other day, he chased a deer. I don't know what's wrong with my dog, to be honest with you. Here's the danger. The person I had the conversation with was told that someone in their group was tested positive. And so it was suggested that everybody in that group go and get a test. And they had actually had a test scheduled for later that day. But in the meantime, they didn't have a mask on because they said they felt fine. This is the danger, okay? Turns out he did test positive. Now, thank God I had a mask on because I could have caught it. You understand what I'm saying? How many other people did he have contact with, even though he was exposed and he knew he needed to take a test? Did he have conversations with without a mask on? This is the problem. Now, I will forgive him because he's only 18 years old, but I see an awful lot of grown-ass people out there without masks on. Okay, let's go look at some camping gear. In the past, I've been able to pick and choose my camping days based on the weather. That is no longer an option. So now, if I want to go, I have to take whatever the weather is. That requires gear that is hardy, compact, and comfortable in all weather scenarios. Okay guys, this is the first piece of gear I bought. It is called, or rather my biggest purchase, it is called KampRite Collapsible Extra Large Backpacking Tent Cot. It weighs almost 30 pounds and barely fit in my truck. And this is the collapsible version. The full-size version would not fit in my truck. Now, I haven't even opened the bag yet, but I will tell you it has wheels on the case to make it easier, but it's only easier if you're on the sidewalk. It does not work in the grass, so I had to carry it in. So, let's go ahead and put this puppy together. It's supposed to be easy, but we'll find out whether or not it's Sheila easy. Oh, instructions! Let's see if we can wing it. Well, the instructions don't say anything about locking the legs, but I can honestly tell you it feels pretty sturdy. And this thing is 33 inches wide and 84, I believe, inches long. Okay, let's put the tent part on. Oh, 18 inches off the ground. No more crawling into a tent for Sheila, okay? No more crawling into a tent. And no more struggling to get off the ground because I'm old. Yes. Now this is the bag that has the tent portion. What they say is the tent portion can be used separately from the cot portion. So you can actually use this tent and stake it to the ground and use it as a standalone tent. That's why they call this the backpacking version. But in all honesty, this is way too heavy for backpacking, even though it probably only weighs 4 pounds. It's still too heavy for backpacking, but it was a good idea. Now it's supposed to set up like a dome with 2 cross beams so that it's actually standalone, and then it connects to the cot here. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, she is up. And actually it was really pretty easy. I mean, I got things a little confused, but you know me, and I refuse to read directions. But honestly, people say they can get this up in 10 minutes. Oh, I'm thinking more, I mean, they can get it up in 5 minutes. I'm thinking more like 10 or 15 for me, but that's still better than putting up a tent and setting up a bed and yada, yada, yada. I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you some things without being too wiggly. Well, you know, this is self-explanatory. Okay, I like the fact that it has the 2 double clips here to keep the rods in place. And there is I don't know if you can, yeah, you see it? See that little flap? That's attached to the cot. So this is where the pole also attaches to the cot. Now, the tent attaches to the cot via Velcro. And I hope I can do this one hand because you got to do it tight. And there's a heavy duty strip of Velcro under the tent, and that's where you attach, that under the cot, and that's where you attach the tent. It's got vents that zipper. There are 2, one on either side. Also, I think you can see there is a string for a lantern. And there is let me get the name brand, KampRite. There is supposed to be a storage area under here. But who the hell wants to get down on, right now I'm sitting on my butt. Who wants to get down on their butt just to use the damn thing? But I can tell you right now, the cot part feels sturdy as crap, okay? The no-seam mesh feels really good. The material, I'm not going to say it's cheesy because it's not cheesy. But you know, this thing is supposed to withstand wind and rain and snow. I'd like to see it a little thicker, but I guess that's the reason why they gave us the rainfly. So let's take a look at that. Also, I'm going to flip the phone around and hope you can see. There are 2 pockets here and one on the other side of the door. Oh, see, this is why I need a cot off the ground, because I am not good at getting off the ground anymore. Okay, here it is with the rainfly, and it was pretty easy. It fits really snug. It goes all the way around the tent and goes under it. I guess that helps with rain runoff. As you can see, it has vent points for the vents underneath on the tent, which is good. It's a pretty tight looking unit. Now the rainfly attaches to the tent. This is connected to the rainfly, and this is connected to the tent. So you put these 2 together to keep the rainfly in a nice firm position. One thing people complained about was that there was no way to hold the rainfly open if you wanted to get more ventilation. And they're right. There isn't a place to attach to hold up the rainfly. I just stuffed it on top in with the door part of the tent. But I think I'll just make a little piece of Velcro and make my own thing to hold the rainfly up. Come on, phone. Why are you not focusing? So I guess the time has come for me to get in the tent. But I'm going to take the rainfly off first. Feels pretty sturdy. Oh my God, I got so much room. Oh my God, there is enough room at the bottom for a bag and the dog. And that was another thing. When I slept on my cot in my Coleman tent, the cot was too narrow for both me and the dog, and I kept pushing him off in the middle of the night. And you know, that ground was cold, so he didn't need to be on it either. I really wanted something that he could be with me and comfortable. There has got to be 6 inches of headroom this way and 12 inches of foot room. Oh my God, I'm so happy with this. Now, nobody ever said this tent leaked. So I did do the breath test on both the tent and the fly, and my breath didn't go through it. What everybody did say is if the weather outside is colder than your breath inside, condensation is a beast. So what I decided to do is those little humidifiers you can get at the Dollar Tree for $1, and you know what? They actually work. And they're only $1, whereas at Walmart they're like $5, but they really do work. I figured when I do cooler camping, I will line them along the back wall, because look at all the space I have. I mean, look at me, I'm bouncing around. Look at all the space I have back here. I could line those back along this wall and see if it eats the condensation. That's all I can do, but I went into this knowing about the condensation. But I am so happy. Now I am going to rig my fan so it blows cool air into this vent. But right now I have the bug shield up so I could get in it. But I am so happy with this. Now I will tell you, it was $180 on Amazon. And if you want one, get one quick, because gray is, I got lucky to get the gray. I am so happy with this, and I cannot wait to use it. I just might brave those 20-mile-an-hour gusts next weekend just so I can use this. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is actually pretty comfortable. Now I'm sure after laying on it for 6 hours, it might start to feel a little hard, but it doesn't feel hard off the bat. So right now, I still have a few items coming. Now we're gonna do some more reviews after this, but the items that haven't come yet, we will look at either on the next camping trip or I'll do another video. But the items you're not going to see later on in this video are the grill table, 2 mattress pads, 3 tarps, a windscreen for my stove, my new stove, and the piece that I hope will fix the awning rod on the truck. I think that's all. Oh, and the heater, which won't come until August, which I cannot use in this. But a piece of gear I'm going to show you later on in this video, I think if it turns out that it is as watertight as I think, I might be able to use the heater in that, because that would make it suitable for winter or colder camping. So guys, hold on. I know this has gone on for a minute. I hope it interests you, but just hold on. There are a few more things I want to show you that I think you might want to know about or might like to see. So I'll be right back with you. Oh, damn. Yes! It did not even blink with all of my weight on the edge. On with the rest of the reviews. Hey guys, I want to show you a few things before I lose the light. First, found this at the beginning of the season at Walmart. It is a folding, let's see if I can do this, frying pan. Now I've used it a couple times and a non-stick seems to be holding up. This pan was a joy to use and the perfect size. It was like $4.95. If you run across one, get yourself some, okay? We're also going to take a look at my new butane stove. Not going to go into a lot of detail, but I'm going to tell you why I wanted an upgrade from my old Coleman. I also bought myself a aluminum table because I'm trying to get away from plastic. I just need something that's a little more sturdy. And there was one more thing. Oh, my new chair. It matches the sleep system. It's a reclining chair. Okay, let's get started. First of all, it's called the AGNI Portable Gas Stove. I guess it's called T-Chef, but in all honesty, it looks just like the Gas One stove. Now, the reason why I chose this over the old Coleman, and the Coleman has done me fine for about 5 years. It has never let me down. Unfortunately, it only has 2 settings, medium and high. I burned up a lot of stuff on this stove, okay? What I wanted was a stove that would have more, there will be, more finesse. I wanted to be able to simmer as well as, basically heat up some oil quickly. So let me put the canister in for you. Let's hope I can do this without getting crazy. There is a magnetic lid here that once it slides onto, once you get your can situated, it will kind of pop itself in, and there we go. What you have to do, there's a small little rod that you have to use the bottom of the pan to push in, then the magnetic lid will snap onto it, and it's installed. Let's close it up. You need to make sure that it was in the off position before you did all that fumbling like I do, and then you just turn the knob quickly. And there you go. Can you see that? Yeah. Now watch how I can regulate. Look at me slowly bring it down to little or nothing. The Coleman, once it got down that low, let's make sure you can see this. The Coleman, once it got down that low, would just go off. So that's what I wanted. I wanted more control. And more settings. So I am very happy with that. I sure hope that came out okay. Now this stove is also touted as easy to clean. And the reason why it's easy to clean is the entire face comes off so it can be washed. That is a game changer because it was hard as crap to get the Coleman clean. And I'm almost ashamed to show you this, but that's what it looks like right now because I could never ever really get it clean. So I'm really happy with the new purchase. With a good windscreen, this should be amazing to cook on when a fire isn't convenient. Let's hope it holds up for a while. I think it was about $55 on Amazon. Okay, next. This is a pizza pan, which I use under my colander fire pits. And I believe it's absolutely necessary because that way it stops the ground or your tables from being scorched. Now, this is the new one I just bought. And it looks just like any other colander, except it does have removable feet. You just unclip it, and then it clips back in, and it keeps it off the ground. Now I have a rack that I use for cooking over the fire that I wanted to use with this new fire pit for the demonstration today, but I couldn't find the rack. So we're going to go to the fire pit that I use normally that I just bought a new rack for. I think charcoal will be my best bet in less than ideal weather conditions. In this cute little bag is a bona fide bushcraft heavy gauge steel rack to go over a fire, and it fits perfectly over this little guy. Now let's go ahead and light a little fire with some charcoal. Also, I picked up these new fire starters. Seem to work really good, so let's throw one of these on here too. And of course, we got a bottle of water handy for fire safety. So let's light this puppy up. So relaxing. Small enough to be used even under a tarp safely. Now this is just personal opinion, but I think these colanders that we've been using as little mini fire pits is the most fabulous, innovative thing that I've seen in the camping world in a long time. Not only can you have a small contained fire anywhere, but it opens up lots of possibilities, especially for me. I don't always want to do a roaring fire in a big fire pit. Sometimes I just want something small and personal, and get a piece of steak and slap it on the grill. Just like I did those hot dogs. And there we have it, guys. Meal for one on the cute little personal size Bushcrafters cooking rack. Yay! So I will see you all out here bright and early tomorrow morning, because I'm going to show you that screened-in tent that I've decided to keep. And bon appetit! Staked out a tarp to put the tent on, and here it is. It's called Lux Tempo, and it probably weighs about 5 to 8 pounds. Now hold on while I go ahead and get this thing set up. It's supposed to be a dome type, so it should stand alone once I get the poles in. We'll see. Okay guys, you can see she is up. Now this is a screen tent. Now some of the commenters or reviewers at Amazon said it was not waterproof. But in all honesty, I think this tent is waterproof. I tried to blow through the fabric and my breath wouldn't go through. That is usually a good indication that something is waterproof. This is a fully screened tent. It has 2 entry doors across from each other. The doors on those sides, where I am now, zips down and closes the tent, but it also extends out to form a awning. But then it also extends one more time to form this awning, but that's only over the entryway doors. The other sides of the tent feature a regular door, but it does have grommets, so you can also screen it out or tarp it out, or you know what I mean. The tent was $120 on Amazon, and it is 7x7, not 8x8. It features T-type doors, also 2 interior pockets, and good no-seam mesh. I can stand completely up in the middle of the tent, and there's also a place to hang a lantern. The floors are tape sealed, which is good, and it also has a bathtub floor, but they are thin, so I would suggest a tarp underneath, and also a tarp or rug underneath your chair or sleep system. As there was some doubt about the waterproofness of this tent, I did buy a matching tarp to cover it. Always a fashion statement. I left the tent freestanding and I did not stake it out, but things will be a lot taunter when you do it correctly. Yeah, the tent's freestanding, but it does catch wind, so I would suggest you stake this puppy down.